Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. And it is question of the week, and I'm gonna answer a question that I got a little while ago from one of my clients. She just kind of randomly asked, "So how do you program?" Um, and so I told her, well, it depends on the person, obviously. Now, um, I actually have a bunch of programs that I have set and ready to go. And then what I do with those is I then tweak them depending on the person's ability and where they're at. So I have those. And then there's a few people that I actually start from scratch depending on what they need. Like, for example, I have a client that is currently training for the Army Combat Fitness Test. I've talked about her a bit. She's taking another one in May. I believe they're still doing that. They came out with new guidelines on the ACFT, but I believe she's still doing one in May. So we're training specifically for that. So I have written a program for her specifically for that. And I have another client who is older. We're working more on balance and specifically riding, because she also is an equestrian, and so specifically riding related exercises and stuff like that. So there are a couple of people that I program for, like, really specifically, but a vast majority, and of my clients can follow like the several programs that I've already got going. Now you'll hear there's this like kind of school of thought that like trainers should program specifically and completely differently for every single client. That's what you're being paid for. That's what you need to do. One, I kind of feel like, well, if all of my clients are women between the ages of like 25 and 60, they all kind of generally fall within the same category of they range from like hardly active to fairly active, and do some manual labor. But they're all pretty similar in their goals, and what and where they're coming from. So there's really no reason to completely change things up for each one of them, unless we get to a point where their goals change, and in which case I would. But there's no reason to, like, kind of at this point for a lot of them. And so I mean, I did have a client come to me. She was originally doing 2 days a week. She started doing 3 days a week, and she wanted to focus a little bit more on not just strength, but also mobility. And so, I've kind of gone back and had to rework her programming for that. And I also tend to, I write, like, most of my clients come for 2 days a week. I write so they do different exercises on day one as opposed to day two. And then they do those same 2 workouts for 3 to 4 weeks. Because it doesn't really make sense to like change it up every single workout. Because then you're not really building anything doing that. So I usually, depending on who it is, obviously, we start with, we toggle between, like, so every 4 to 6 or 3 to 4 weeks, we go, between like a strength, low reps, higher weight, to, a more higher reps, lower weight type. And we kind of go back and forth between those. And, and like I said, it also depends on who I'm working with. So like my older client that, wants to work on more balance and core strength, that's pretty much all we work on. And like sometimes you do progress through different exercises, or take an exercise and that's simple at first and then make it a little bit more complex as they get used to it, as they get better at it. And that's more of like a corrective exercise type routine than just like a strength and fitness routine programming. So I'm trying to think. So like, I guess for those, I've heard this kind of said that like, oh, you have to program like completely differently for each client. And, because that's what they're paying you for. Well, I mean, yeah, they're paying you for that, but they're also paying you to show them how to do the exercises. They're paying you for, for the accountability that you give to them. They're paying you also for, advice on things to do outside of the gym, exercises to do outside of the gym. They're paying you for advice on, on nutrition. They're paying you for advice on general health. I talk a lot to people about like their sleeping habits, and how to improve their sleep, how to reduce their stress. Like it's not just about programming. It's not just about slapping together a bunch of exercises for someone to do. That's not the only thing that personal trainers do. That's not the only thing that we're paid to do. My clients, I'm also more than, happy to have my clients text me with questions too, like when they're not with me. So it doesn't have to be it's not just, okay, I'm going to have them do this, and this today. And, I slap it together in 5 minutes before they get here. And then they get here, we go through it, and that's it. Like there's a whole bunch more that goes into it. And there's a whole bunch more you kind of have to talk about. And a lot of the times, like, this is a stress reliever. This is a place for my clients to just talk about stuff that, maybe they can't talk about with other people. I mean, it's a little bit of therapy going on. Not that I'm a therapist by any means, and I don't give people like advice on that kind of stuff, but I'm a person to talk to too. And that's something I learned to be when I was, when I started the barn managing, because I ended up being someone for, my boarders to talk to. And that's continued in the personal training. I'm someone for my clients to talk to. And they know that whatever they tell me is not going to go anywhere. Whatever happens in the gym stays in the gym. Whatever is said in the gym stays in the gym. And it's a completely private space here. So it's not like it's not like there's a bunch of other people around that could overhear us or anything like that. So, so that, got a little bit more into it, I guess. But yeah, so that was like basically, what I told her was like, that's how I program. When people need specific things, I program specific for them. But otherwise, because a lot of my clients come from kind of a similar background and have similar goals, I take the programs that I've already got, and tweak them a little bit, because not everybody can do a pull-up, or not everybody can, not everybody can do push-ups or whatever, and I tweak it for like their their fitness level and stuff like that, but and for timing too. So yeah, that's how I do it. And if you enjoyed this video, and if you watched on YouTube, please hit the like button, share it, and subscribe. If you're watching on Rumble, hit the Rumble button, share it, and follow me. And you can follow me on Facebook as well. It's mostly just these videos posted. I don't know. I may get out of Instagram altogether. I hate Instagram. I just don't even want to deal with it. So I may just like not even do that anymore at all. But anyway, I'm kind of going back and forth on that. Tomorrow I'll be back with a new video, and it will be barn related. It's not going to be fitness related, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Have a good one. Bye.